Now you realize that when maize mat happens, one of the symptoms you see is that there will be swelling on the grains. There will be swelling on the grains, swelling on the grains. The grains in the honhono, and on the tassels and the ears of the maize, on the tassels of the distance. Normally, the tassel is the male part, and the ear is the female part. So there will be swellings on the male part and the female part. If it was to be you and I don't know, but that's it. So there will be swellings on the grains, tassels, and ears. The tassel is the male part of the plant or the maize plant, and the ear is the female part of the maize plant. So there will be swellings. So immediately we see the swellings, then we should know that definitely it is affected. Now the hacks open to expose grains or irregular large size. So the hacks normally will open. So the hacks that covers the maize, almost a one sati papai or a one sati baby to expose the grains. Or you realize that there will be an irregular large size. Then you see that it is affected. Then we can also talk about the grains blacken. So we realize that the color of the grains will start changing. So the grains blacken. The grains blacken. Then we are also saying that usually large grains or tumors are the apex of the combs. So we normally will see large grains or tumors at the apex of the cobs. Is it combs or COBS at the cobs? So you see that. Then you can also see that the affected grains open to release black powdery substance. So you see that the affected grains normally open on its own and they release black powdery substance. So when we see all this, then we know that it is affected with maize smart. Maize smart. So we said that there's going to be swelling of the grains, the tassels, and the ears. We also said that the hacks open to expose the grains or irregular large size. We also said that the grains normally blackens or there's a change in color. And we also said that usually large grains or tumors at the apex of the combs. We also looked at that. And we said the affected grains open to release black powdery substance. So these are the symptoms that will make us see that the maize is affected with maize smart. And so at least one cry, you should be able to remember that there's going to be swellings on the grains and the tassels and the ears. At least keep that in your mind. It should be you should have it in handy. You can also talk about the grains being blackening or the grains blacken. There's a change in color of the grains. They blacken. So you should listen. You can also talk about that. And you can also see that the affected grains also release black powdery substances. You can also talk about that. You can also talk about the irregular opening of the hacks of the grains, exposing the grains. So you can also talk about that. Now let's talk about harvesting of maize. How do we harvest maize? I said that harvesting can be done either manually by breaking dry cobs from the stem or mechanically by the use of combine harvester. So we can, just as some of us, most of us have not been to the farm before. All of us, not even most of us, all of us have not been to the farm before. You are all this thing, Abefun children. But even myself, I don't remember if I've been to the. I know when I maybe those when you visit the village, then maybe. But I remember those days when we used to plant maize at where we were living. At least, ubetuma kubu, ukoso kombo no man no sick pine. That is one way of harvesting it. Then you take away the hacks and so on and so forth. And you can also use a combine harvester. That's a machine. So you can use that one to harvest it. Then early harvesting is recommended to avoid weevil infestation. So it is normally recommended I do early harvesting. Into and you get it and you get weevils and all these things attacking it. So early harvesting. Then you go and dry it. Ruben, talk to me.
So, sir, please, how do you know whether the maize is ready for harvesting?
Oh, so normally those who do the planting, they normally know the duration. I think it takes, if I stand to be corrected, normally it takes within a period of a month, by 3 months, 4 months, it should be ready. And the size and everything of the maize will let you know that the maize is ready. You get it. Immediately enter the maize farm. When you start seeing the size and all those things, you can just know that the maize is almost ready for harvesting.
Okay, sir.
So The way when you see maize, like the way when you see plantain, you realize that when plantain grows and the flowers is the best flowers and the fruit is formed. The fruit is formed or the plantain fruit is formed. You realize that when it gets to the time it is ready, you see it yourself. Just looking at the outward appearance, you realize, oh, this thing they or bank because 18 years, it is ripe. You get it. You can use it for something. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. There's an example, please. I beg. So we can just that in Ghana here and some people they are not ready, but they want to be like they're ready, but they are not ready. So we can also talk about storage of maize. Storage of maize. Maize can be stored either in cobs, well dried, or shelled and treated with athletic and stored in crisps, silos, or bags. So normally they are normally stored. We can store them in cobs and well dried. You get it. And we can also they can also some people they don't even take away the shell. And so this thing they keep away, they still maintain the shells or the hacks of the distance, which you call the distance. So they are still, some are even shelled. They just go and take it, then they are in their shells, then they just go and put them in a room, their storage facility, then they allow it to dry, then they just know sometimes they treat it with maybe a chemical called athletic and they store it in their crisp silos and the bags. You can also do it that way. So that is it. Now let's look out for the uses of maize. Maize has the following uses. I've already spoke about that. Maize can be used for food. Example of the foods, we can talk of banku, kenke, porridge, akpalen. Akpalen, you know the banku. We can talk about the fancy fancy banku, you know. You can also talk about the kenke, the gans, this thing. You can also talk about porridge,
Abolo.
abolo. We can also talk about akpalen. I think we also use maize to do this thing, apeprensa. I know most of you haven't eaten apeprensa before. You don't even know what apeprensa is. I know. Maureen, for instance, I know she hasn't
Say,
taken
and asana.
as
I've eaten.
asana. 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 Have you eaten apeprensa before?
Yes.
Can you prepare apeprensa?
See, I don't want you know.
I can prepare apeprensa. I can prepare apeprensa.
Hey, sir. Gaya.
I I can prepare apeprensa. Oh, you know, you just roast the corn. You get it, then you go and blend it. Or you go to the corn mill and you go and blend it. Then you come and this and do your what do you call it? Your
The
benquine.
saying is everybody can see.
No. If you don't know how to say it, how can you narrate it? Then you go and you come and do your benquine. Then you put the blended roasted corn into it. It's very simple. I can do it.
Hey.
Oh, you can ask your mom. She will tell you that what I'm saying is correct.
Send me your axe.
Ask. Ask. When you ask her and she says I'm lying, then I'm lying. But you roast the corn, or you roast the corn. Not that this new. You roast the corn like a brewing cat, you know. You see the roasted one, no? Then you go and blend it, or you go and mill it. So when you bring it, then you come and do your abenquine. Have you abenquine there? You can prepare. Me too. I can prepare abenquine. For Bridget, I know she can prepare it. It's normal. I know. Uh, for Ruben too, I know he can prepare abenquine. It is normal. He's a guy. Mildred, maybe I don't think so. But I can prepare abenquine. So you do the abenquine, then you put it in it. You are good to go. Now we can also use the corn to do starch. So we call it a corn starch. And cornstarch, and it can be used for ice cream, can be used for alcoholic beverages, it can also be used for pharmaceuticals, can also be used for pharmaceuticals. And so the beverages, we've already spoke about the beverages, asana and co, they are all corn maize based system, so you can also use that. And we can also use them for animal feed. You can also use them for animal feed. And the hacks is used to make doormats. The hacks of the maize, they can be used to make doormats. I know when you go to the villages, and the cobs are used as abrasive for removing carbon from airplane engines and motors. The sweet maize is used in the pharmaceutical industries in sweetening pediatric drugs. So the sweet corns, the corns that are sweet, are used in the pharmaceutical industries in sweetening pediatric drugs, drugs for kids. And it's also used in the brewery industries in making drinks. You can also use them in making drinks and the brewery industries. Malt is a this thing. Malt, malt is a this thing. It's a green leaf. It's a green plant. I hope you know that.
Yes, sir.
Most of you, most of them, most of your guys, they don't know. All they know is malt, 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 malt. I know this thing. Janseni, she doesn't know. Bridget, I know she doesn't know. So that is it. I know Rhoda too doesn't know that maize is a this thing. Malt is from this thing. You can also do oat. There are a lot of juice you can do, especially from the cereal this thing. You can even do oat juice. Do you know we can do oat? We have oat juice. Eh? Maureen,
No.
Sir, please no.
you don't know. Oh, I'm a juice expert, so I know how to. We have a lot of juice that we can do. Maureen, Abi, you know that I'm a juice expert, or you don't know?
Yes, sir.
Who told you? Who told you? Koro. I'm a juice expert. Please, are you wearing your face mask so that we don't get it? I'm a juice expert. Oh, so you can use this in oat juice. You can blend oats, banana, and milk. You can get some good oats based on this in juice or what do you call it, smoothie. You can do it that way. If you make it thick, you can do it. You can get a smoothie, oat smoothie. So oat, banana, and this thing, and milk. You can also use millet. And they are all this thing, sweet this thing, that is. So you can learn all these things. So Ruben,
Sir, is it Burkina?
no, it's not Burkina. There's a different this thing. Are you talking about the millet one? Oh no, I also
Yes.
the millet one is also, we have the millet juice on its own. It's not the Burkina. They also use a Burkina. There's only that one too has a this thing. That one you blend the whole this no. Burkina, you don't blend it. Burkina, I haven't prepared one before, but I know Burkina, I don't blend it. I did them with the milk. And so that is it. And you can also use maize for Tom Brown. That one you know. I hope you are aware.
Yes, sir.
Ruben, Maureen, do you know how to make Tom Brown?
Oh.
Yes.
How do you make Tom Brown? Tell me. How do you make Tom Brown? I know it's Cindy. Cindy, how do you make Tom Brown?
Set up.
Network cry is no good. How can you make Tom Brown?
Tom Brown, who share good say no now this.
It's not that one I'm saying. I'm talking about the Tom Brown itself. The manufacture of the Tom Brown, not this thing.
I mean, I don't know.
Upon. Maureen, do you know how we do Tom Brown? Maureen Car doesn't know how they do Tom Brown. Rhoda, do you know how they make Tom Brown? So Tom Brown, I won't teach you. But I know how to make it. So I know how to make it. So Tom Brown, you listen, people are leaving. So I think let's end the class. Let's end the class. So that is it. Tom Brown, you listen. This is how you do Tom Brown. Tom Brown, you listen. The dried corn, you fry it. Roast? You roast it. You roast it. Then you roast the listen. You roast the dry corn. If you want to have some ginger flavor, you also dry the ginger and you roast the ginger together with the maize, the dry maize, so that it gives it that flavor. And so on and so forth. You can just have that flavor in it. Then what it is normally we those is my mommy makes it. She used ginger most of the times. So you can do that one. Then from there you can also blend this thing. Then you can also add this thing granite. That one to fry the granite. You roast the granite. So you add granite, and you can also add this thing soya bean. Soya bean. You can also do soya bean. Then you can also add millet. So you have millet, you have maize, you have soya bean, and you have granite. Then you blend it. So after roasting all of them, then you go and blend it, or you go and mill it. Then you've gotten Tom Brown. Are you getting it? That's how Tom Brown is made. That's why I say. That's why some other call it. Some others call it cereal mix. Have you noticed it? Some others call it cereal mix. So based on the mixture, you can also have millet rice without adding maize. You can also have millet and rice, soya bean, and maybe granite. You can also go and blend that one too. That one too is very nice. The rice on too is very, very nice. Those days my mom used to do make some and sell, so I know how it is done. I was a kid though, but I know how it's done. I used to go and do the blending at the of the mailing, so it is. So you can learn how to do all these things. These are all businesses people are using to chop people's money. And now, just recently, I also noticed that you can also this thing make coconut chips. Coconut chips. How many of us have seen coconut chips before? Maureen, have you seen coconut chips before?
Say coconut chips.
Yes.
No.
They dehydrate the coconut. They dehydrate the coconut. Well, I know when I say dehydrate, you understand. Oh, you can search. You can search. I'm not lying. You know, because of business, I search a lot of things, so I get to know a lot of things. I saw it on YouTube. When you go on YouTube, you can just check. The man was interviewed, and that's when I knew you can use coconut to a lot of things. I use coconut to make a lot of drinks. You get it? But apart from that, I didn't know that. And I know, the coconut flakes. When you say flakes, after blending the coconut, you realize that you get some flakes. I hope you've seen the flakes. And tetano, let me put it that way, and tetano, the flakes, no. That flakes you can use for baking and so on and so forth. You can even use it for banku and the rest. You can check Google. So
Say coconut for banku.
yeah, you can use coconut for banku. Coconut, you can use it. That's what we call the coconut flour. That's coconut flour. You can Google it. Go to Facebook and check. You get it? Or tiger nut, this thing, the flour. When you go to shops, you get the flour. They use it for baking and the rest. That's what they use for the cookies and the rest. The coconut flakes.
Okay.
That's what they use for the cookies and the rest. You realize that cookies, we have a lot of this. We have the oat cookies. We have the coconut cookies and so on and so forth. That's what they use for the cookies. So if you want to go into coconut production, you can talk about. You can also use the same coconut to make oil. That one too, I can do it, and I know how to do it. You can employ the use of the cold press method. You can use the cold press method, and you can also use the heat method. That one too, I can do it. You get it, and the coconut juice itself, the coconut milk. The coconut milk, we have some technique, some chemicals we apply. We call it this thing emulsifiers. You put it into it so that it prevents it from settling. If it settles, you realize that when you, after blend the coconut, you can go and buy the coconut. Buy the the milk, no, the and yet the one we've been eating, no, the fresh one, no. Once a boy ubi ma once a den pa white and ubi. You can go and try, then blend it. When you blend it, you can add sugar and blend it. It's nice. It's just normal milk. That's a plant milk. You can also try for tiger nut. But
have you sent it?
Do you know that the milk some people use it for wache and rice? Coconut milk. You can use it to cook wache and rice. Check.
Wow.
You know the of course I learn. Employ the use of YouTube. Of late that I've been lazy. Now those days when I was at the university, it was free Wi-Fi. So when I go and sit there, I use the Wi-Fi and make the school now knows it. I download everything so business. I can download and know this one's will get money, how much will get is having. Because the bundle is there. Now to every weekends I do a Vodafone weekends package. They give me 5 gig. So now every day weekends I watch videos. Now of late I've been very lazy. I'm not able to watch things. But those days, that's how come I know you can do. And this one I've personally tasted before. Mango, this mango chips. Mango chips I've personally tasted it before.
Hey.
Yes. That one too is dehydrated mango. Yes, that one too is dehydrated mango. When you say dehydrated mango, we slice the mango like you do for the coconut chips. You slice the mango small ones, and you have that machine. It's like an oven, an electronic oven that you put the this thing into it. You put the mango or the sliced mango into it, and it will drain the water, so it becomes a chip. Like it becomes chips. It becomes crispy. You get it? And when it tastes, it's so nice. Like add the ankasa, add the same plantain chips. You know mango already is sweet. Into when you drain
Yes.
the water, it becomes like chips. And someone is selling it. The first time we went to an entrepreneurship conference at Valley View, that is when I tasted it. So when I saw that someone is also using it for what do you call it? Someone also done the mango, what do you call the coconut chips. I wasn't even surprised. So that's the procedure they use. They drain the water from it, and you can also when you go to Kenya. Sometimes I was searching when you go to Kenya, they use they do this thing chips too. What do you call it? Uh, what do you call it? Banana. But with the banana, what they do is they don't do like the mango chips and the coconut chips that we've been chewing. Now after draining the water, they fry it. They blend it. So when they blend it, they use it for porridge for the kids. You can go and search on YouTube. That's what I'm giving you on the YouTube. So you can go banana porridge. You will show you. They use it for porridge for kids. And people are using that technique. So you can just try a lot of things. There are a lot of businesses you can do. The only thing is you being able to convince people that your product is nice. That is all. And you having
Sir, are we done?
oh, we are done. We are done. We are done. We are done. And
Okay, I'll say. And
and
now
you
I'm mathematics.
so you can. We are talking about food. That is why I'm checking on all those things. So
Okay.
you can do all these things and make a lot of money from it. When you complete SHS, you don't have to say I want to work with you and all those things. These are some small things you can try. By the time you go to university, you already have a lot of things you can, especially when you go to Legon, you can be selling it to your friends. These are some things you don't have to go and learn sewing for 2 months, 5 months, 6 months. That's why I don't really like this. I learn a lot from YouTube. You can be learning. You can also learn IT, a lot of things. There are a lot of things you can learn on your own and make a lot of money. Like Ruben, who is a guy. That's why when we are doing the normal class, I always want to add a vocational skills. You can learn how to do brooch, how to sew, and so on and so forth. You can also learn IT. Even the IT, if you think it's so hard, you can just learn how to make designs. And when you go to university, you can be making designs for companies, for churches, and be making a lot of money. At least that can take care of you, your this thing and all those things. You just have to be creative. I get to and really learn, search. So me as I'm there, I have a lot of things in my mind. I have a lot of things in my mind. I studied it on my own. I studied it on my own. You get it? So please, Maureen, you guys should study a lot of things there.
Yes, sir.
You see when I was saying this thing, you are surprised. Eh?
Oh,
The
maybe
the
that was
the,
nonsense.
the roasted what do you call the mango chips, you are surprised. Eh?
Yes.
But I know you are where you have potato
Come
chips.
and for
I hope you know we have
Yes.
potato chips. So just
You
when you go,
know,
you don't know we have potato chips.
I know.
When you go online, you just search all these things I've told you. When you go online, go and search. We have a lot of potato chips. We have mango. We have a lot. The coconut, I didn't even know till now, and we have this. And the coconut hacks, you can use it for a lot of things. For susu box, for a lot of things, for decorations. Just learn, Charlie. It's Friday. Tomorrow is browsing throughout. How many of us use Vodafone? How many of us use Vodafone?
Semi.
Tomorrow you can do this thing. Vodafone weekends package. It'll give you 5 gig for 5 cities. 5 cities, 40 pesos. You can browse 5 gig. So you can do some.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow you after I told you today you call. After it we talk. I'll give you the listing. The short code is *5588#. You can give some weekend packages. Then you can browse. Tomorrow, this is what I'll be doing from tomorrow going. I don't even sleep. I'll browse. Charlie, Let's talk some other time. So please share it to your friends. Let them go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Have a wonderful day. I love you all. Yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye. People should leave my meeting.